Imagine, if you will, the year 1865. The smoke has finally begun to clear from the battlefields of America. 4 long, brutal years of civil war have come to an end, leaving a nation scarred, divided, but standing. This isn't just a story from a history book. It's the story of a nation's rebirth, a tale of hope rising from the ashes of conflict. Look closely at this scene. It's a town in the South, not long after the surrender at Appomattox. The air still hangs heavy with the scent of smoldering wood and damp earth. The skeletons of once grand buildings stand stark against the horizon, their charred timbers a silent testament to the fury that swept through this land. This is the aftermath of war, a landscape of devastation. But this is not a story of despair. It's a story of what comes next. Here, amid the ruins, life stirs anew. See the people moving with purpose? These are newly freed African Americans, individuals who just weeks or months ago were considered property. Now, they are architects of their own future and the future of a nation. Alongside them are Union soldiers, their blue uniforms now symbols not of conquest, but of construction. Their hands, which once held rifles, now grip hammers and saws. Together they are not just rebuilding homes, they are rebuilding a country. Each nail driven, each beam raised, is an act of defiance against the destruction that came before. It's a declaration that this community, this nation, will not be defined by its divisions, but by its capacity to heal and rebuild. Look at the tools in their hands: hammers, shovels, saws. These are the instruments of peace, replacing the cannons and muskets of war, and notice the flags they are planting. Not the banners of a fallen cause, but the stars and stripes of a restored United States. Each flag planted in the scarred earth is a promise, a symbol of a union preserved and a government of the people, by the people, for the people, that has endured its greatest trial. These flags represent a renewed commitment to the ideals of liberty and justice, ideals that were so fiercely contested. In the distance, a figure stands watching. It's a silhouette, familiar and solemn. Abraham Lincoln. Though he would not live to see the full promise of this new dawn, his spirit looms large. His vision of a nation with malice toward none, with charity for all, dedicated to binding up its wounds, is the guiding principle of this very moment. He is the ghost of hope, a reminder of the immense sacrifice made for this fragile peace and the monumental task of reconciliation that lies ahead. This entire scene is bathed in the soft, golden light of dawn. This isn't just any sunrise, it's the dawn of a new era. The light catches the dust motes in the air, transforming the particles of destruction into a hopeful, golden haze. It symbolizes a new beginning, the end of a long, dark night and the start of a day filled with uncertainty, yes, but also with immense possibility. The muted earth tones of the landscape, the browns, the grays, the ochres are punctuated by these brilliant highlights, a visual metaphor for hope illuminating the path forward. Look closer at the ground. You'll see the remnants of the conflict being cleared away, a broken cannon, its mouth silenced forever. Torn Confederate banners, their symbols of secession now just tattered rags in the mud. These aren't just discarded objects. They are the physical embodiment of a chapter closing. The transition from war to peace is not just an idea. It's a physical act of clearing the rubble to make way for new growth. The expressions on the faces of the people are a study in human emotion. There is exhaustion, yes. You can see it in the lines around their eyes, the slump of their shoulders. But there is also a profound sense of determination, a quiet resilience. For the freedmen and women, there is a mix of trepidation and elation. The chains are gone, but the path to true freedom is just beginning. For the soldiers, there's a sense of duty fulfilled and a new, perhaps more difficult, duty beginning, the duty of a peacekeeper and a builder. This period, known as Reconstruction, was one of the most complex and contentious in American history. It was a time of immense progress and heartbreaking setbacks. The questions they faced were monumental. How do you integrate 4 million newly freed people into the social, political, and economic life of the nation? How do you reconcile with a defeated South and bring them back into the Union, not just in law, but in spirit? The scene before us captures the very inception of that effort. It's the raw, unvarnished beginning. It wasn't perfect. The road ahead would be fraught with violence, political battles, and the rise of new forms of oppression. But in this moment, in this dawn, the primary emotion is hope. It is the belief that a better nation, a more perfect union, could be forged from the crucible of war. This image reminds us that history is not just a series of dates and battles. It is the story of people. People who endured unimaginable hardship, who dared to dream of a better future, and who had the courage to pick up the pieces and start again. Their work was the foundation upon which the next century and a half of American history would be built. Their struggles and their triumphs continue to resonate today as we still grapple with the legacy of the Civil War and the meaning of freedom and equality for all. So, as we look one last time at this powerful tableau, the ruins, the builders, the flag, the dawn, let it be a reminder. A reminder of the cost of division, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring power of hope. It tells us that even after the darkest of nights, the sun will rise, and with it comes the chance to build anew. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this reflection meaningful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the pivotal moments that have shaped our world. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you in the next video.